Show. Dalton, as we look at tonight's opponent, the Bryant Hornets, it's a team that's ranked number one in the state, state defending champions, and these guys have been carried. They've mercy ruled everybody. They're being compared to the 2005 Springdale team.
They are, which was probably the best team in state history, if not close. So that's quite a team to be compared to at this point in the season. But you're right. They've mercy ruled every opponent so far this year. Northside, for instance, 42-0 at halftime. They've got an offense. They're going to spread the football around. A lot of talent on both sides of the ball. Here's part of it, too, though, Keith. They had over 160 players on their team. You're bound to have a lot of talent somewhere in there with a roster like that.
Exactly. And you look at this team, their quarterback, Austin Ledbetter, this young man's quite an athlete. He's already committed to play baseball for the Razorbacks, only a junior.
That's right. He's quite a player. A year ago in the state championship game, they actually pulled a senior quarterback to put in him as a sophomore in the state championship bout. That shows you how much they believe in this guy. The offense goes as he goes.
They have Ahmad Adams as your main running back, along with Xavier Foote will be doing the bulk of the duty tonight for Bryant. So offensively, they're set. You look on the defensive side of the ball, well, to me it starts with Cottrell Wallace, the Razorback commit. This young man, we saw him last year, and we knew this kid was going to be a great player.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's 6'6", playing outside linebacker. I mean, he's just got the length to be a big pass rush guy at the Division I level, and that's why he's committed to the Hogs. We're going to see a 4-3 defensive front from these guys. Again, a lot of talent on both sides of the football.
And Coach will tell you, too, their D-line, they go too deep.
They do. They do. They've got a lot of depth over on that side as well. They standing on the sidelines before the game, they honestly weren't as big as I expected, but they've got the record they do, and drawing the comparisons they are for a reason.
Again, we're just moments away from kickoff. We'll be back with tonight's kickoff after this. Just on Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Get excited about the most important
Clay, do probably 2 minutes and then bring it back. They got 3 minutes on the clock, so and they're receiving the ball. They're afraid of our offense.
Sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're excited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Clean Washer and Dryers.
Frank Roll Furniture.
In-store no credit check financing.
Frank Roll Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest approved credit.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Family owned and no high pressure sales staff.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Jewelry is something special, given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds, gemstones, versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can
Good
make
crowd.
it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store.
It's not a very big stadium, though, is it?
No,
Credit
no.
cards and offers 12-month same-as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Being a family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against monsters in the closet and grass so tall it swallows small children. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Learn more at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free insurance review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley.
The wait is over. It's game time on Spirit 106.3. This is Southside Mavericks football. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
As we start action tonight, Southside will be kicking the ball off too. Bryant back deep for the Hornets will be Miles Aldridge along with Trayvon Herron. As Isaac Banda will kick off for the Mavs. Good crowd here tonight, Dalton.
Yeah, there really is a good crowd. We hard not to expect that with the product they're putting out on the field.
Yeah, Coach told me, too, before we had talked off air that their junior high, their JVs, they're just tearing everybody up.
I believe it. I believe it. Like I said a minute ago, over 160 players on their high school football team. That's unbelievable.
Maybe it's a good time to go to the West.
You're probably right there.
Because you got to figure Cabot, I think, is going to be on the uprise here in the next couple of years, too. So the Central going to be just as strong as ever.
Yep. Cabot and Conway both growing as big as Bryant is here.
Again, Isaac Banda will kick off for the Mavs. He approaches the football. Here's a kick. It's going to be a squib kick that hits at the 25-yard line. We picked up at the 25. He's going to take it outside, cuts it back up the middle. He is going to be hit and dropped at the 43-yard line. That is Miles Aldridge on the carry for Bryant. They'll start their first drive. Their own 43-yard line.
You know, Keith, that's exactly where the coaches wanted him to kick the ball. They want to limit their opportunity to put on a good return there, but the returner still got almost 15, 20 yards on that.
That's what I was laughing at. That was Miles Aldridge that came up and fielded the ball. Normally it would be an up back getting the ball, and he comes up and grabs it, and I'll tell you what,
make something out of it.
He's about one step away as I work from a pistol formation, one back in the backfield. Ledbetter calls out signals. Here's a snap, hands it off to the up back. He gets across the 45 across midfield to the south side 49-yard line. Be a gain of 7 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 3 for the Hornets.
That's exactly how you want to start the ball game if you're the Hornets. A nice zone run there, pickup of 7.
That was Ahmad Adams on the carry. Again, Ledbetter works pistol formation. Trip set wide side of the field. Here's a snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle. Going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a drop ball there in my book. That should have been caught. Essentially what they're thinking there is we're going to fake the play we just ran to our running back. We're going to see if we can't catch that cornerback sleeping a little bit or playing the run. Should have been caught, too.
Yeah, Chase Rayner was right there in coverage, but he's got to turn around and find the football. You're exactly right. Third down, 3rd and 3 for Bryant. Here's the handoff to Adams. Adams has a first down. He's at the 40-yard line, 35-30, 25-20. Falls down about the 11-yard line.
They're definitely seeing something that they like on the left side of that defensive front. Probably the number of players they're getting on that side of the ball as they continue to pound it right
And
there.
Adams is a big kid, too, and he is fast coming off that corner. He actually stepped out of bounds back at the 15-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Bryant at the 15. Opening drive of the ball game. No score as Ledbetter throws a pass over the middle complete. And a nice hit over there for Southside. Looks like that was it was Levi Russell making the play for the Southside defense. Bring up second down, 2nd and 7. On the catch is Hayden Schrader.
It's a solid tackle right there by Russell coming in there. You can tell Bryant's going to be playing a whole lot of what we call RPOs, run pass option. Take what the defense gives you.
Again, second down, 2nd and 7 as Bryant comes with 2 receivers split either side of the field. Now they'll bring a man in motion. Here's a snap. Ledbetter wants to throw to the motion man. He's got it at the 10-yard line. Will be hit at the 10. Gets away at the 10. Down to the 5. Down to the 2-yard line. That is Jake Metters on the catch.
Yeah, that's a missed tackle or that's a short gain if we stop him there. Essentially, that was another RPO. He could have handed the ball back off to his number 35 and said he likes the short pass on the man in motion.
Don't you get the feeling there's a different speed right now in the ball game?
They're definitely moving the football, trying to score as quick as they can.
Ledbetter takes a snap. He's wanting to throw the ball, throws the ball out to wide open receiver. Touchdown. That's Metters on the touchdown.
If you want to see a playbook on how to run RPOs, they could not have done it better on every play but one on that opening drive. A lot of faith put in their quarterback to read what the defense gives them. Solid drive to start the game by Bryant.
If you're the Mavs, that's not the start you wanted to see by any means, as Julian Gomez will be in to attempt the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. We've got 10:29 to go here in the first quarter. Southside Trail 7-zip. Be back with the Bryant kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Chafing Construction wants to exceed
Go ahead and let's do
your local fully licensed contractors. Specializing in no job that
bring
is
it back
too
after
small or
30.
too large. Chafee Construction does
Yes, sir.
roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon!
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. There was a 5-play, 57-yard drive, a 2-yard touchdown pass from Austin Ledbetter to Jake Metters. And Bryant will kick off to Southside again, 10:29 to go here in the first quarter, 7-zip. And Dalton, it just looked like a different speed. We've not seen a team this fast.
Absolutely not. You said 5 plays, 57 yards, and a minute and a half off the clock. They were moving.
As Brock Funk will kick off for Bryant. The ball will come down and will be picked up at the 10-yard line. He's going to be hit at the 10 and dropped. Not the kind of start you want if you're the Mavs.
Definitely not. Pinned down about your own 10, 11-yard line. See what the offense comes out with. If you're the Mavericks, what you need here is you need to at least establish a little bit of the offense. You certainly don't want to give them back the football with after 3 plays and them scoring as quick as they did.
Luke White was on return for the Mavs. I think he thought the ball was going to go out of bounds and just kind of died when it hit the ground.
Something you're seeing a lot more of is players waiting for the ball to go out of bounds now.
Parker Weehunt will be your quarterback. He'll have 2 receivers split out the wide side. They'll go strong left with Nathan Bogner and Jay Washington. Here's a handoff to Washington. He's going to be hit and dropped maybe for about a yard loss. Maybe gets back to the 10-yard line. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 11.
So Southside clearly wants to run the football, and what you saw there is they're moving over an extra guy to the left side, and then they're running it to the nub or the weak side of the ball where you have less numbers, but you're hoping to get a good amount of your guys compared to their guys. We simply didn't block it well, and that was the result.
That's a good plan, except you've got number 88, Cottrell Wallace, on that side. So
yeah, hard to miss him, isn't it?
Again, second down, 2nd and 11 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Weehunt. And, boy, here's a handoff to Washington hitting the backfield. Making the play is Austin Bailey. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd, and it looks like 13 for the Mavs.
So they brought heat from the right side. They dropped their big D1 commit into coverage. They played it to perfection. If you're the quarterback there, you read that, you hold on to it. You might not get much positive yardage, but I doubt you get dropped for a loss.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 13. Not the situation you want to be in if you're the Mavs. You know they're going to bring the heat here. Looks like they're coming off the corner, and they do. As Weehunt wants to throw the ball, we'll throw the ball. It's going to be a screen pass set up to Jay Washington. Crosses the 15, up to the 20, the 22-yard line. Great call.
So what do you do when you know the defense bringing pressure? Why not run a short screen route? That's exactly what they did. You knew it was coming, too. From the defense, they didn't have a single guy on the defensive line down in a stance. The result, though, good play call and a 1st down for Southside.
And you like that, too, because you know they're on their heels wanting to make plays early in the ball game, and you catch them there. We caught them last week against North Little Rock, the 2nd play of the game, to get a touchdown, so great call.
Yeah, the screens did very well a week ago and looking good so far tonight, too.
The 1st and 10 for the Mavs will spot the ball at the 23-yard line. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the ball. Will step up in the pocket. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 20-yard line. Not much there.
No, certainly not. They brought 4 guys. You would definitely like to see a little bit better pass protection from your offensive line when 5-on-4, but about 3 seconds is probably the maximum you're going to get tonight.
And that's Austin Bailey. He has been on about 3 plays already, working from his right tackle spot. They're very athletic on that defensive line, as I talked about in the pregame. Dalton is the fact that they'll bring another 4 in later in the ball game just as good.
They're going to stay fresh, without a doubt. They want to pressure them all night.
As Weehunt calls out signals, they'll go strong right with Bogner and Washington in the backfield. Now we've got a whistle on the play.
Yeah, I imagine that was motion.
Now, Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
The fall
celebration is here at Crabtree RV. Take advantage of RV show pricing on hundreds of new models, Deer Hunter specials under $10K, and wholesale to the public prices of dozens of pre-owned RVs, and the most money for your trade. These deals are so good, it's scary. So stop in today. The new 2020s are arriving daily, and the all-new 2019 models must go. Sale ends October 31st. Only from Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off I-40. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. As we get back to action, it'll be second down, second and 13 for the Mavs. They trail 7-zip here early in the first quarter. And Dalton, what you were talking about, 2 men in motion?
That's right. You can't do it. Luckily, we avoided a call there, got a timeout instead. They were essentially lining up and doing the same motion they did to start the game. We'll see completely different look here.
On the first down, we had 3rd and 13. Now we've got 2nd and 13. Can't live on this defense doing that very long. Here's a snap to Wehunt. Will hand the ball off. That's Jack Clark on the carry. Gets back up to maybe the 22-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for the Mavs.
You know, they really must like in film what they're seeing out of that look. Because, again, that was the same as the first play, except he tried to cut it back to the strength there, but nothing doing.
Kel Sheets will check into the ball game for the Mavs. Yeah, Southside will go with 3 receivers split out. Tyler in the slot, along with Josh Hannon. As Wehunt looks to the sideline to get the play, 9 seconds on the play clock. 7:21 to go here in the first quarter. Clark in the backfield. Here's a snap to Wehunt. Wants to throw the ball, steps up, is going to be hit, going to be thrown back at the 10-yard line. Making the play defensively is Kyle Green, sacking back at the 10.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for that from a pass protection standpoint. They kept the running back in to block as well, so you've got 6 guys. You got to give your quarterback more time than that, particularly right up the middle there.
Southside will have to punt the ball away. Standing in his end zone will be Adam Puckett.
Yeah, this situation we didn't want to be in to here in the first quarter. They did get that first down, but they're kicking from right where they started the drive.
Jake Matters will punt the ball. Will be the return man. Here's a kick. Will come to Matters at the 47-yard line. Takes it to the right. Has an open field at the right. Is at the 40. Southside 35-yard line. Will go out of bounds at about the Southside 30-yard line. That's where they'll start their second drive. Great field position. That's been part of the game, too, for Bryant so far. They've had really good field position early.
They did. So they started their first drive off that kickoff with a nice return. Yeah, second drive of the game from your opponent's 30-yard line. We'll see if the defense can slow them down here.
And this is really where you miss a Landon Chafee out there, too. When you need a big play, he's not out there, not taking any away from the backup, but you really miss Landon Chafee in this ball game. Ledbetter calls out signals, has a man in motion. Here's a snap. He's going to pass the ball, throws a swing pass out to his receiver, who's inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. That is Trayvon Herron on the catch. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 3.
Another run-pass option play. He's reading the defensive end on that one, who closed in for the run. You give the quick toss out for the positive yardage.
Be second down, 2nd and 3. Trip set wide side of the field. Ledbetter takes a snap, hands it off to Adams off the left side. Southside gets in there and slows him down. We'll run him out of bounds. They'll spot him. Let's see what. Spot him at about the 23-yard line, which will be no gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Hornets.
Best play by the defense so far in this young game right there for no gain. Well done. Good stop. We had 3 or 4 guys right around the football.
Yeah, that was Jack Hannon making the play for the Southside defense. They get a big 3rd down for the Mavs, trailing 7-zip. Adams in the backfield, trip set wide side of the field. Ledbetter calls out signals. Here's a handoff to Adams off the right side. He's going to knife his way to a first down at the 19-yard line. Gets away and gets the first down.
That's right, Keith. We stop him there. This might be 4th and short. Instead, first down. But you can't fault Bryant. You need a first down, go to your Arkansas State commitment there.
That kid's a big kid. Somebody be making a mistake not getting that kid.
Absolutely. He's a talented player. We'll see if he gets any other offers as the season goes on.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 19-yard line. Ledbetter takes a snap, wants to throw the football. Will throw the ball down the field, has an open receiver. That's Metters in the end zone. Touchdown.
That's a perfect route ran there by Metters. It's what we call a post route. Okay, so you're running up the field about 10 yards, then you're running either towards the post or towards one of the pylons. He snuck right in the end zone. Perfect pass, quick score as well. That drive might have been quicker than the first one.
Well, it was a shorter distance, only 30 yards.
Well, that would explain a shorter drive, wouldn't it?
There was actually Joseph Young on the catch. But you can't – that's hard coverage right there. That's the timing route. It's there.
It was really well played.
Here's the extra point. It's up. It's no good. We've got 5:11 to go here in the first quarter. Southside now trails 13-zip. Be back with the Bryant kickoff after this. Here's some Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Calico County is serving great American food in an atmosphere full of American memories. Their hearty portions are served with your choice of over 20 side items. They also have half-pound burgers plus a great selection of soups, sandwiches, and fresh salads as well. And their homemade cinnamon rolls will melt in your mouth. Calico County is cooking breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Visit their website, calicocounty.net, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your catering needs. Roll on in to Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 4-play, 30-yard drive for the Bryant Hornets. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Austin Ledbetter to Joseph Young. They now lead 13-zip.
Yeah, and Keith, those were two great drives put together by the Bryant offense. Not to take much from the Southside defense there. Very well done by the top team in the state of Arkansas.
That last play, that's a hard what a nice throw. I mean, you can't do much about that as they'll kick off, too. This is Luke White on the return. He's at the 10, 15, at the 20-yard line. Will fight his way to about the 22-yard line. That's where Southside will start their second drive of the night at their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, he's returning at that time as opposed to the first kickoff. We'll see if Southside can gain any momentum here in the first quarter and slow down this pace that Bryant has forced upon them.
Well, they came out fast and furious, and Southside really – I don't know if I've seen a team that brings it like they do.
No.
Both sides of the ball.
No. Very well played on the offensive side, and they've got some talent over here on defense.
You know,
well.
as we kind of go in the game, we'll kind of compare maybe to Springdale and even the old Little Rock Central team of 04, which beat Springdale. But Washington going to be hit in the backfield, incomplete. Cottrell Wallace right there to knock the ball away. We're bringing up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs.
Yeah, guess who in coverage there, right? Very well played. Play well.
Game. He's kind of a skinny kid. Put a little bit of weight on him.
Yeah, at 6'6", he's going to look skinny at 250, 260, isn't he? A lot of room for growth there. Good player.
Yeah, he's a good basketball player, too.
Right.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Again, Washington in the backfield, 2 receivers split to the right of Wiegand. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. Going to be hit and dropped after maybe a 2-yard gain. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Mavs.
We're just not really seeing a push from the front. Not much progress there from the offensive line here in the early goings of this game. We're going to need that if we're going to be able to hold them at bay and move the ball down the field.
We get a big 3rd down for Southside. We've got 4:37 to go here in the first quarter. Southside trails 13-zip.
Let's see what we've got here on 3rd and 8. See if we can't get a first down.
Trip set to the wide side of the field. As Wiegand wants to throw the ball, rolls to his left, throws the ball complete to his receiver across the 30-yard line. Will have a Southside first down. I believe that was Bogner on the catch for Southside.
Yeah, I was watching him in the pregame. If it is, he's making some nice catches. Good player.
Actually,
from
I
the
think that might
backfield.
have been Morawski on the catch. Yeah, it was Jackson Morawski, our player of the week. It's kind of hard to see up here, folks. We've got tinted glass in here, and it looks like a dark field.
Yeah, believe it or not, Keith's doing an excellent job. I can't see a single number. I don't know how he's seeing all that he is.
He ran in front of me on that one. Again, 1st and 10 for the Mavs. A big play at the 36-yard line. One back in the backfield. That's Washington. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. Going to be smothered in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss.
So Bryant brought pressure from both ends there. Outside linebackers both came. Crashed is what we call it from a slant perspective. And it worked out well for them.
Well, Yeah,
Go ahead.
but it's kind of tough, though, because if you try and misdirection on these guys, they're so athletic, it's hard to do that. If you try to delay, it's hard to do anything. You want to try to hit quick, but you can't do that because they're so strong.
Yeah. The first down play is about as good as it's going to get for this Southside offense. Very well executed.
Second down, second and 12 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Weak Hunt. Wants to throw the ball. He rolls to his right. Will throw the ball incomplete.
You're going to have to get rid of it fairly quick tonight with the talent they've got up front. You're not going to be able to run go route or just a seam straight down the field. We're going to see a lot of passes, I think, in the flats. See if we can't create something out of those.
That ball was intended for Dimitri Lloyd. We'll bring up third down, third and 12. We've been a lot of third down, third and longs for Southside on their first 3 drives.
Yeah, 2 conversions, though. It's not bad.
You sound like Rick Schaefer now. Here's a snap to Parker Weehunt. He's being pressed. 35 will get up to the 39.
Well played by Weehunt. Again, you're not going to get a ton of time in that pocket tonight. If it's not there, he's going to either have to get rid of it, or if he sees daylight, run and hope for the best.
Dalton, as you look at that too, you get happy feet when you see that pressure coming like that. That's the first thing you look for, is to see where the jailbreak's coming from.
Absolutely. He got some positive yardage up the middle there. 1 first down, not bad.
Puckett will.
That was almost a block.
Metters calls a fair catch. Will make it at his own 30-yard line. This will be the worst field position of the night for.
Yeah, absolutely. Best field position for Southside defense to start the game. 13-0 with 3 minutes to go and here in the first quarter. See if they get a stop here, turn the ball back over to the Maverick offense. We'll see what can happen. Southside's played them just about as well as anybody to this point.
Well, it's a tough matchup, and it's a game that Southside knew coming in. You're trying to improve each week, but your problem is when you're trying to improve, sometimes that talent's just a lot stronger each week, and that's what's going on right now. Ledbetter takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball out, going to be complete to his receiver at the 30-yard line. What a great defensive play by Dakota Wareheim. And I think Wareheim may be hurt on the play, and we're going to have an injury timeout. With that timeout, we'll take 1, 2. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a
Go into a
reliable
minute.
car. If you could improve for financing and move past your credit history. With BuyRider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing.
Box and then the extension.
Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at buyrider.com.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Portsmouth. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. You're looking at Dakota Wareheim
Made in the USA Furniture.
on the sideline. Luke White checks in at his position. Here's a snap, and there's a run up the middle. He's going to get up to the 40-yard line. We'll bring up third down, third and about 1 for the Hornets.
2 great plays from our defense to start this drive. Critical third down. You stop them here, turn the ball back over to your offense. It'll be a job well done.
That was Sam Sanders leading the charge for the Southside defense. Again, the big third down here for Southside, 3rd and 1 as they trail 13-zip. Ledbetter waits on the snap, has one back in the backfield. That is Heron. Here's the snap, handoff to the running back. He's going to have the first down as he gets across the 35, maybe across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
That was well executed right there. We brought a blitz. Caleb Sanders coming in from the D gap on the outside. Guess who makes the tackle? Great play call there.
Caleb Sanders has done a really good job. The young sophomore came in, made some big plays against Cabot 2 weeks ago, and really is getting better and better. All these sophomores, him, Levi Russell, Davon Solomon, these kids are getting a lot of playing time here as Ledbetter rolls to his right, wants to throw the football, throws the ball down the field to a wide open receiver at the 40-yard line. That is Metters at the Southside 39-yard line, be 1st and 10.
Yeah, great toss, great catch. No, you're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 39-yard line. a three receiver set. They'll hand the ball off to the running back. He gets inside the south side 35 down to the.
These are what I call shoestring tackles. Just barely stopping the guy there. Going back to what you're saying about Caleb Sanders, that's a player who's really come a long way from the start of the season.
Exactly.
He's got a bright future with this program.
And this defense really next year.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Tanner Anderson's running back now for Bryant as Ledbetter wants to throw the ball, throws the ball down the field. The ball is incomplete. Good coverage by Chase Reno.
Reina's quietly having a nice season at cornerback too. I think he's got there on the far side of the field on a pretty good route.
Yeah, Reno didn't let the receiver have any space.
There by Reno.
Be the south side 33-yard line. We talked about wants to throw the ball. Loses the football. It's on the ground. Southside may have it.
We'll see. It's for Southside.
That's Sean Rogers on the recovery for the Southside Mavericks.
That's exactly what you wanted to see. Field. I don't know how many times Bryant's turned the football over this year, but I bet it's not many.
Yeah, that ball just slipped out of his hand as he was going back to.
I thought there for a second he recovered it, but it must have slid out of his possession and really together here.
If you're Southside, you definitely need to get some points out of this.
Yes, yes, could be a complete.
The Mavs line up with a stack set, trip set to the left of Wehunt. He rolls to his left, looks to throw the ball in the middle, completes it to his receiver at the 40-yard line. Will go down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. That's Jake Tyler. Couldn't have been a flag on the play. After he was on the ground, it'd be 1st and 10 for the Mavs.
We had some crosses. Then you have Tyler right there standing alone, open right there in the middle of the field. Good job by Wehunt to step up into the pocket and find his guy, too.
And I love the call, too, on 1st down. Go ahead and throw the football. Wehunt actually could have tucked the ball away and probably got positive yardage. Again, 1st and 10 for the Mavs. Second play of this drive after the fumble recovery. Two receivers split the short side of the field. Here's a snap, a handoff, too. Washington has a big hole. He crosses the 30-yard line inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Good run there by the Mavericks. There's a nice hole up the middle of the field, positive yardage, well ran, well executed, best run of the night thus far.
Dalton, how is it, too? Southside really struggling in the first quarter, down 13-zip. Now, we'll get back to this point. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter, Southside trails 13-zip. Be back with the start of the second quarter after this. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Chapin Construction wants
go ahead and do a
exceed
minute.
your expectations as your local
Yes, sir.
fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chapin Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chapin Construction
You'll be
can
like
do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chapin Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside football. Go Landon.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, fresh cut fries, or homemade onion rings. $1. 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. It'll be second down, 2nd and 1 for the Mavs. They'll have the ball at the just inside the Bryant 30-yard line. They trail 13-zip. Hey, I want to say a big shout-out to our sponsor, Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house, no credit, check financing. Check them out at www.frankrowefurniture.com. And the point I was wanting to make, Dalton, was when you get a break like that, you just see a different skip in the step. They really pick it up. And here's a keeper by Parker Wehunt. He's going to be maybe half a yard gain.
Close to a first down there. Southside can get another first down, continue this drive. Big Marlon Briggs going to have to take a snap off. It's a big loss. That's your best offensive lineman holding things up in the middle of the field. That's a college football player right there. He's just a junior, too.
Yeah, Trey Moore will go in and take the snap for Briggs. Again, third down, third. Let's call about half a yard as we just barely start the second quarter. 11:30 to go here. Southside trails 13-zip.
And, you know, not to stress it too much, but Marlon Briggs is someone you really want on a third and short.
Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. Going to be hit in the backfield. Going to lose. No, he falls forward maybe to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to see there on third. Expectation that they're going to get it. We do see some big mollies coming in here, probably for a good fourth down push.
Well, big play for Southside. Need to get the first down here. And what's incredible about this so far, Southside had second down, second and a yard.
Defense they're going up against. We'll see what they've dialed up here.
Here's a rollout. Now a fumble by Parker Wehunt. Is Tamarian Wilson, and Southside will turn the ball over on downs, and you can mark that one up. The makings of a very good drive for Southside. Yardage, you get 9-yard gain on first down. Can't get the other yard.
Yeah, that sprint out is something that they had a considerable amount of success with a week ago against North Little Rock. You see them going right back to it there. I'm going to chalk a lot of that up to the loss of Marlon Briggs. That's his first play back in the game. Might have been a low snap, too. If he's in there continuously, I don't think you see that snap problem between him and Wehunt, and they might still have the football.
Omar Adams will check in at running back for Bryant. Again, Austin Ledbetter, your quarterback. Stack set to the right of Ledbetter. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Adams off the left side. Crosses the 30 up to the 35 to the 38-yard line. Will gain 10 on the play. Depending on the spot, should be another first down for Bryant.
It's a terrific run by Adams there. That's a Division I college football player running back, and he had a spin move in there, carrying a couple defensive guys with him for the first down. Well done by the guy.
You talk about a Bryant team, and the one thing they were saying was the fact that the weakness of this team is they get too many penalties. When they say something like that, you know you're playing a loaded team.
I haven't seen any penalties tonight. Have you, Keith?
We just had a turnover.
That's true.
Be first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's a snap to Ledbetter. Wants to throw the football. Will throw the ball down the field. Has a wide open receiver. That's Metters at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
We brought a safety there, and they exposed that missing gap and that missing player from the secondary. If you're going to bring someone from the safety position, he needs to get there pretty quick. Unfortunately for Southside, Bryant took full advantage.
And that was a two-play drive for Bryant. 52 yards. Excuse me, 62 yards.
It's exactly the opposite of where we were just 3 plays ago with Southside play facing fourth and short from enemy territory.
Here's the extra point. It's up and it's good. Bryant now leads 20-zip. Be back with the Bryant kickoff after this. Just a Southside Matter of Football on Spirit 106.3.
Time to remodel your kitchen or bathroom? Dreaming of granite, marble, quartz, or soapstone, and want quality workmanship, quick delivery, and competitive prices? Call Goleta Countertops today to schedule your professional consultation. Owner Jim Goleta will walk with you through your repair and remodel and guarantee to help you create the home of your dreams. Fully licensed, A+ rating. Visit their website at GoletaCountertops.com to browse the design gallery and call 648-0884 to schedule your appointment.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
That was a quick touchdown, a two-play 62-yard drive for the Bryant Hornets, a 52-yard touchdown pass from Austin Ledbetter to Jake Metters. Bryant now leads Southside 20-zip. We've got 9:53 to go here in the second quarter. And Dalton, what it goes back to is the fact that you had a chance after you got the fumble recovery. Give credit to the Bryant defense. They stiffened up on 2nd and 1, got us out of it.
Yeah, it was 2nd and 1, and it turned into a turnover after 3 missed plays by Southside, 2 poor runs, and then, of course, the lost snap, and they took advantage very quickly.
And speaking of loss, I see Dakota Wareheim. They've taken his jersey off. He's down on the sidelines. Brent Griffiths is down there with him, looking him over. And here's the kick. It's going to be fielded by, that's Luke Wyatt. He's going to be hit and dropped at about the 17-yard line. That's where Southside will start their drive, their fourth drive of the night.
You know, credit to Bryant's kickoff team. They've kicked the ball off 3 times to Southside. I think they've started the drives at 11, about the 22, and now at the 17. Really good kick and coverage by Bryant.
Yeah, I'm still looking for the weakness. And we kind of go back to it, and we kind of talk about this as the game goes on. You know, I've seen the Springdale 5, and that was the big selling point. Yeah, those guys were really good. You got a lot of good players, but as an overall team, these guys here, and it really won't play out till we see what they actually do all the way through the season. If they do actually win the state, then you can really talk about it. But this is a very complete team.
It is. It is.
Here's a swing pass. I know a screen pass complete to Washington. He's going to be hit and dropped back at the 13-yard line. The linebacker read the play all the way. Making the play is number 52. That is Tristan Sika on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 16 for the Mavs.
Keith, if you'll recall a week ago, we got away with a couple of those passes before they caught on. It looks like the same situation here. We won't be able to throw that out.
It's a catch-22 right now, as Southside's really struggling to block for a Wee Hunt, so you really can't work down the field, yet they're onto the screens now. So, I mean, it makes it a tough situation for the Mav offense. Wee Hunt takes a snap. He wants to hand the ball off. The ball's on the ground. He will recover it back at the 11-yard line.
This drive started pretty poorly for Southside. 2 negative plays to start the drive. And once again, they're in 3rd and long situation.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and about 15 for the Mavs. Again, the ball will be spotted at about the 11-yard line. Southside will go with the trip set wide side of the field as Wee Hunt calls out signals. Takes a snap, wants to throw the football, steps into the pocket. Here comes the rush. He evades the rush, throws the ball over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Jake Tyler. And really good job by Wee Hunt. The one thing that happened to him right there, it's just hard. He couldn't set his feet, couldn't get enough on the throw.
You know, heading into this to run, and he really does have some legs on him, and he's showing them off at times. Not the kind that's called, but he's evaded those defenders, and he'll likely have to continue to do that throughout the rest of the ball game.
Bucket will stand back in his end zone, which has been a familiar sight for the Mavs. Back deep again, Jake Metters stands at the Southside 42-yard line. Again, should be great field position for the Hornets as they lead 20-zip. Here's the kick. And Metters will call a fair catch. A good kick.
Yeah.
As he'll call a fair catch at the Bryant 49-yard line.
Very good kick. Had a lot of aerial hang time to it. When I was in college, our punter was a pretty good punter, and he liked to time his hang time, how long the ball was in the air after he kicked it.
Did he have a watch out there on the field?
He did, actually. He did. That kick had some nice hang time to it.
There you go. Be 1st and 10. The ball will be spotted right at midfield for Bryant. Again, they lead 20-zip here early in the 2nd quarter. Ledbetter calls out signals, takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the swing pass out complete, and he's going to be hit. There's Chase Rayner, makes a great defensive play back to the 46-yard line. That was Miles Aldridge on the carry. It will be a loss of 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 14.
Chase Rayner got to him, but he couldn't bring him down. Nonetheless, he held on and waited for guys to join him. Results in a 4-yard loss. Good play.
Yeah, Chase Rayner's had a good ball game here.
He sure has. He sure has.
Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 14. Anderson in the backfield along with Ledbetter. Here's a snap to Ledbetter. Wants to throw the football. Will throw the ball. A pass complete over the middle. He's at midfield. We're going to have a hold. Bring this back as he gets across the 35 into 30, 25 down to the 22-yard line. We're making the play for the Southside defense. I believe that was Zach Medlin making the play, but we've got a flag. I believe it's going to be a hold on the Hornets.
It's going to be on Trayvon Heron. Either a hold, pass interference, illegal block in the back. One of the above. And it'll definitely be coming back. It is a hold.
And there's those penalties we talked about.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah. You know, Southside brought 3 guys, so they're dropping the 8 in coverage. And the man is coming right across the field only a few yards up, and he's wide open. You got 8 in coverage. You don't want to have a guy that open.
And the thing is, too, you can't really key on one thing on this Bryant offense. You've got the running back Adams. He's a terror back there. And then Ledbetter has shown his ability and his smarts to make big plays here early in the ball game. Ledbetter takes a snap and wants to throw the football. He feels the pressure. Now he will run with the football. Will be hit and dropped at the 48-yard line. That's Jack Hannon making the play along with Angel Hernandez. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 12 for the Hornets.
You know, I've been talking about how well the Bryant defensive line has done. That was an excellent play by the Southside defensive line. They brought 3 guys. And they forced them up into the pocket and running the ball there. They really closed. Credit to their defensive ends there.
Bryant will come with no backs in the backfield. Trip set to the left of Ledbetter. 2 receivers split to the wide side of the field. Here's a snap to Ledbetter. Wants to throw the football. Looks down the field. Still looks. Has all day a throw. There's a push in the back. Should be a penalty, but no flag thrown. The ball is going to be incomplete now as the ball hops to the intended receiver. That is, I believe that was number 4, River Gregory, on the attempted catch. But there was a nice shove in the back over there that could have been called.
Yeah. Number 55 shoved Sean Rogers in the back after the ball was past him and then jumped on top of him. Either one of those could have been called, but it's football. Neither was.
Christian Kane will check in to punt the ball away for Bryant. Back deep for Southside will be Jay Washington. Southside not with Connor Austin tonight. Connor was injured in practice this week, didn't make the trip, so Washington will be returning punts tonight. Here's the punt. It's going to be a fair catch called by Washington. The ball hits him on the ground, and it's recovered by Bryant.
Well, what you hate to see is the defense play as well as they have on a couple of these drives. Not every drive, of course, but 2 drives the defense has done its job. One resulted in a turnover, 1 negative yardage in a punt, and negative plays resulting. That's the exact opposite of what you want to see.
And that's a tough play, too. Washington tried to get out of the way of the ball and actually ran right into the ball. I don't know any other way to say it.
Remember the Ohio State-Iowa game a few weeks ago? Ended on a punt. Guys are blocking him.
Ledbetter wants to throw the ball. Here's the ball's complete to Metters. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 10-yard line. Medlin on the coverage for the Southside defense. And, you know, it's just when it rains, it pours, and that was what happened there. You're right. The Southside defense didn't deserve that, and it'll be 1st and 10.
You're out on the field this much, you're going to get worn down, too.
Yeah, it'll be actually 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Adams in the backfield along with Ledbetter. Here's a snap to Ledbetter. Wants to throw the football. Will throw a swing pass out complete to Adams. He gets away from the first defender, goes in the end zone, touchdown.
Missed tackles will hurt you. They certainly did there. You can have a man for a man. When the ball comes to you, got to make the tackle. But again, it's a pretty good football player right there. He's not the first player he's made miss. This year won't be the last.
That was Luke Wyatt that had a chance to get him back there, but you've got a young sophomore having to be pressed into service with the injury to Dakota Wareheim's not able to make the play. Here's the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 6:08 to go here in the second quarter. Southside now trails 27-zip. Be back with the Bryant kickoff after this. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Football on Spirit 106.3.
20. Pass from Austin Ledbetter to outside 27-zip.
Just about 250. The rest of the game in the second half.
Here's the kick. It's going to come down to Luke White. Hesitates a bit and is going to be hit and dropped. This won't be good for South. Special teams haven't been so special to work real well tonight.
Teams have done well as Bryant's. Complete team we're playing.
About to move. That's where South. They trail 27-zip here in the second quarter. 6:02 to go here before the half. As Parker Weehunt still in at quarterback. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the ball. Throws the ball out. Going to be complete to Josh Hannon at the 14-yard line. Be a gain of 5 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 5 for the Mavs.
Good throw, good catch. Throws are going to be the name of the game for the Southside passing game tonight.
You can't. Got to pass. You've got to mix it up. Try to catch them off. That's exactly what Southside did right there, gaining 5 on the play. Again, Clark in the backfield along with Nathan Bogner. Here's a snap. Weehunt wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. Throws the ball, going to be almost intercepted. That was Cottrell Wallace over there, and Weehunt had no time to throw the ball.
No. When you have a back there to do blocking, you've got to expect that it's not going to go as well as an offensive lineman doing the blocking, but you got to give your guy more time than that.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs. Again, they trail 27-zip, 5:22 to go here in the second quarter. As Weehunt looks over the defense, he'll have Clark in the backfield. 2 receivers split wide side of the field, 1 receiver short side of the field. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the football, looks down the field, going to be thrown and incomplete. Throws it in the ground, intended for Jack Clark at about the 10-yard line. We'll bring another 3 and out for the Maverick offense.
He was pressured there, and that was honestly a situation where they could have called a hold on either of our tackles as well. Gonna have to give our quarterback more time to get the ball out. It's a necessity.
And it's a pretty simple thing to do. When you say that too, it's head on a swivel now. When you've got the pressure coming from any angle, every angle, it's not just one player. It's going to be hard for Weehunt really to function in this situation. As Puckett will punt the ball away, standing back at the south side 45-yard line. As Jake Matters, it's a high snap. Here's the punt. And going to be fair. No, it's not fair. Caught by Matters. He's at the 45. Will be dropped at the 46-yard line. That's Chase Rayna making the play for the Southside special teams. That's where Bryant will start their drive at their 46-yard line.
That was another terrific punt. It really was. It was almost blocked. The snap was high. Had a great hang time. And look where they're starting the ball. The kick was what? From about our 10-yard line? It's almost a 50-yard kick.
He is the one, though, that he's been a 3-year starter for Southside. He's the one, and we talked to Coach about this. You're going to look up and you're going to say, man, I sure do miss that guy.
Yeah, terrific punt.
Again, 1st and 10, Anderson in the backfield along with Ledbetter. Here's a snap to Ledbetter. Hands it off to Anderson, crosses midfield, gets down to the Southside 45-yard line.
It's never a good sign when your safeties are your leading tacklers. Their safeties are getting a lot of action tonight.
And then when your safeties are actually not your starting safeties, makes it even tougher for Southside. Is I believe that's maybe Davon Solomon in there at one safety with Levi Russell. We've also seen Luke Pruitt out there a time or two. Got a loss. Here's a snap to Ledbetter. Wants to throw the ball over the middle, complete to his receiver. Is inside the Southside 35 down to the Schrader on the catch. Be another 1st and 10 for Bryant.
Picture this. You're 15 years old. Your first year playing high school football. Your first game to see significant Arkansas in years. Good luck, buddy.
Well, it could be worse. It could be the Razorbacks, and they might want to stick one of that freshman quarterback in there next week against Alabama. So Ledbetter takes a snap, wants to throw the football, looks down the field, steps up in the pocket. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped right about the line of scrimmage.
Good job there by the Southside defense. They bring 4 guys. They're shorthanded. A lot of young players playing. Not a bad play there. They are down 2 of their best defensive players, their 2 top tacklers, and they're still playing decently against easily the best offense we'll see all year. Anybody will see all year.
Yeah, that was Jeremiah Van Hook that made the play for the Southside defense. And you say 2 top tacklers, you got to include Eli Lyles in that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Second down, 2nd and 12 for Bryant. Here's a snap to Ledbetter. Wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle. Going to be incomplete. It was tipped. The intended receiver was Joseph Young, but I think he was trying to go deeper down the field. He had Metters about 5 yards for Southside.
Yeah. Ball was thrown a little behind him, and the guy was open. Could have been a catch.
Well, you really had looked like 2 guys in the same area, which is a no-no.
They were in the same area.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for Bryant. They lead Southside 27-zip. 3:42 to go here before half. 2 receivers split either side of the field as Ledbetter takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball. He's going to be hit in the backfield. Here's the throw, going to be complete at the 20-yard line down to the Southside 15-yard line. That is Schrader on the catch. And again, it's a bit of inexperience down there too, Dalton. The fact is they had him covered. You had 3 Mavericks down there, but nobody found the football.
That's right. A lot of credit there to Ledbetter, the quarterback. He's seeing the pressure coming. He knows he's going to get hit hard. Makes a great throw regardless. Well done by the young quarterback.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 16-yard line. Ledbetter takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Anderson. Gets inside the 10, down to the 5, touchdown.
Great teams like this, all they need is an opening. Take advantage of the opportunities they're given. Make great plays out of the opportunities you're given, what the defense gives you. It's what we're seeing right here from Bryant.
6-play, 55-yard drive. And again, Brock Funk will check in. For the extra point. I'm kind of surprised they're not going for 2 points here to get in the mercy rule, but they'll go for the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, kick is good. 3:25 to go here before half. Southside trails 34-zip. Be back with the Bryant Hornet kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Anderson for the touchdown as Bryant now leads 34-zip. They'll kick off the south side. And it's a game, too, that not going well for the Mavs so far tonight, Dalton, and also the fact that we've had several injuries.
To some of your top are going to hurt the extent you can.
Well, the victory right now. Jay Washington takes it at the 5-yard line. He's at the 10. Crosses the 15, is at the 20. Will be hit and dropped at the 22-yard line. That's where their 22-yard line.
You know, I can't decide which side of the ball for Bryant is playing better because they are all
or
playing
special teams.
excellent
You mentioned
football.
special teams too.
Yeah, all three phase.
Southside will start this drive on their 22-yard line. The score update to the 23-yard line.
Need every yard we can get.
Yeah, here's a keeper by Wee Hunt who's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
So we've been talking about how good is this defense and making comparisons. Walter Woody, student of the Arkansas High School Sports, told me he's compared them to the Dollarway defenses of the 1980s, one of the best defenses in Arkansas State history. Our offensive coordinator, Justin Key, went with the 03-04 Little Rock Central squad.
Oh, Freddie Fairchild. They had several. And they had a safety, too, that committed the Razorbacks, and then they had a couple of D linemen that played. They were good. Here's a quick pass out complete to the receiver. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 23-yard line. I believe that's Jake Tyler on the catch for Southside, and now we're going to have a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against
I'll do a minute.
enemies and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them
Yes,
if
sir.
they're not? Your local shelter insurance agent. With an insurance superhero pick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free insurance review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Zero down and zero interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. It'll be third down, third and 9 for the Mavs. They have the ball at their own 24-yard line. Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. Looks to throw the football, and he's going to be waylaid back inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not what you want to see. It's less than ideal from a pass blocking perspective. Guy's not even blocked.
And they're going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
JP Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed
do a minute.
contractor specializing in no job that
Will
is
do.
too small or too large. JP Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember JP Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. JP Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon!
The fall celebration is here at Crabtree RV. Take advantage of RV show pricing on hundreds of new models, Deer Hunter specials under $10K, and wholesale to the public prices on dozens of pre-owned RVs. And the most money for your trade. These deals are so good, it's scary. So stop in today. The new 2020s are arriving daily, and the all-new 2019 models must go. Sale ends October 31st. Only from Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off I-40. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, here's a punt return by Jake Metters. Catches it at his 45-yard line. Gets down inside the south side 30, but it's coming back. Going to be a block in the back on Bryant.
Bryant's biggest weakness, yep, it's the penalties.
Let's hold it here right now. This may be, from where they're at, they may actually be a penalty before. No, now they're going back. And they'll start moving back to the 45-yard line. The holding actually happened at the south side 35-yard line.
Metters had a decent amount of practice returning punts tonight.
Well, the one thing he's had is as good a job as Adam Puckett has done punting the football. He's punted it far enough down to where Metters has actually been able to catch the ball and get some positive yardage because he's got a little bit of space to run. And that young man, I'm sure, I don't know if he has this year or not, but he's capable of taking it to the house. Ledbetter calls out signals. Here's a snap. He wants to throw the football, looks to his left, will throw the ball down the field, has an open receiver who catches it inside. No, he dropped the ball. That was intended for, well, I think he did catch it out. It went out of bounds. That was Trayvon Herron at the south side 20-yard line.
We brought 5, so we got reduced number in coverage. Good throw, good catch.
And what you're seeing, too, Dalton, is the fact you've got a lot of youngsters back there for Southside that, as you said, weren't expecting to be in back there tonight, and I think that they're taking advantage of it. as it'll be 1st and 10 as Ledbetter wants to throw the ball, throws over the middle, going to be complete for the touchdown. That is Trayvon Herron for the touchdown.
You know, apart from the hold he's had, it's a pretty good little player right there. It's a good wide receiver. He's having a good night.
They've got a lot of good wide receivers.
Got a lot of good players.
As now Southside trails 40-zip with exactly 2 minutes to go before the half. As Connor Funk will check in to attempt the extra point. Matters on the hold. Ball is down. Kick is up. Your kick is good. Southside now trails 41-zip. Be back with the Bryant kickoff after this. Here's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Mavericks football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. Been your Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's sport quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 55-yard drive in 2 plays for Bryant. They get the touchdown, a 20-yard catch by Trayvon Herron for the touchdown. They now lead Southside 41-zip. On the way down here, Dalton, I was trying to think. These guys are just massacring everybody in the first half. 42-zip, Northside. They had Catholic down the same way. They hammered Bentonville West. I'm thinking, how did they do it? It's everything these guys do.
It's a complete team. They really are. They're a complete team.
As again, then we'll kick off to Southside. Here's the kick.
It's offsides if they wanted to call it.
Here's a return by Luke Wyatt. Wyatt gets away, and now he's going to be hit and dropped at about the 22-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive. Not much offense tonight for the Mavs.
No, there hasn't been. See what they can get going here. Good reps. You know, if you're the coaches, you're telling them, let's go, let's see what we can get developed here. We've still got a half of play. We've got to improve as a team. Let's not waste the game here.
Exactly. It's 4 quarters. Just keep playing. You got to get some positive now. You're down 41-zip. I always say the game's not, you're not coming back, but just try to make some positive happen here. 1st and 10 for Southside with 2 minutes exactly to go. Here's a handoff to the running back. Jack Clark's going to be hit, dropped at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, we're struggling to block guys, obviously. We're particularly struggling to block when we're depending on our tight end or our running back or fullback to block this very good defense. And that's when you're seeing these runs go for losses. It is just mental errors from these guys that don't block full time.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 12 for the Mavs. Again, Jack Clark in the backfield, 2 receivers split wide side of the field as Clark will get a handoff. We'll get maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the Mavs.
2 runs, start this drive. Neither are what you want to see.
We're down to 1 minute to go here before the half. But if you're Southside, the thing is, unless Bryant uses their timeouts, they should be able to get out here without any more damage.
If you're Southside, or if you're me, you're just thinking, can we do better against them than Northside?
Well,
right now the answer is yes.
Yeah, you're 1 point better. As Weehunt will calls out signals, looks to his team to line up. 2 receivers split either side of the field. Has Clark in the backfield. Here's a snap. Now we've got a whistle on the play. Going to be a delay of game on the Mavs.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, you got to have your running back set when you snap the football. He's still moving around, even with a delay of game. It's not ideal. People got to know where they need to be.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and 15 for the Mavs. Suspect they'll probably try to run the ball here and hopefully run the clock out. 2 receivers split each side of the field. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the football. Steps up in the pocket. Is going to be hit. Going to be dropped after maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage.
The clock is stopped, and I'm not sure why unless we've got a penalty or a timeout. And it's running again.
They'll just let the clock run out, and that's going to be the half. And at the half, Southside trails 41-zip. Be back to talk about what transpired here in the first half after this. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Does that rattle, squeak, and roll, or that noise you can't control? With affordable pricing on repairs and replacements, the Car Clinic can get you noise-free and on the road again. Wheels, tires, and brake replacements starting at $199 for most vehicles. Needing a fresh look? Let the Car Clinic do your upgrades and accessories. Window tint, the best prices on Scorpion ventilators, car audio and electronics.
No, go ahead. You can bring us back in.
Get your car looking fine and sounding fine again at the corner of Roberts and Chad Cully. The Car Clinic, ready to serve you. 551-2420.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Jewelry is something special, given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the
You hear
finest
me okay?
quality diamonds
Oh, yeah.
and gemstones versus
Sitting right
selling
next to you.
quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at buyrider.com.
Joe's Grill is the only place to
Last
watch the
commercial.
Hawks. Watch
Thank
every
you.
game at Joe's. Enjoy half-price apps during the game. And with TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat. Half-price appetizers like brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, 10-layer dip, or Joe's humongous sampler platter. All half-price. Watch every Hawk game at Joe's. Half-price apps during every Hawk game at Joe's. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
This is the Southside Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Welcome back to Bryant, Arkansas. I'm Dalton Person, here with Bo Loftus, former color commentator for the Southside Mavericks, and Bryant native joining us here for the halftime show as the Bryant Hornets lead the Mavericks 41-0 here at the half.
Thank you, Dalton. It's good to be back up here in the booth with you, man. Yeah, it's been a rough first half for the Mavs, that's for sure. 41-0. Really haven't been able to get anything going on either side of the ball. But for me personally, it's good to be back home, good to be back in the booth with you guys, and good to be back here at Bryant Stadium.
So you're a Bryant native. This is a heck of a squad they've got this year.
Yeah, it is. There was nothing like this when I was in school. I promise you, Dalton. This is a very, very talented team. I've really been impressed with their quarterback, Austin Ledbetter, today. This guy, not only can he throw the football, he's cool under pressure. We've seen, if there's been one bright spot on the Mavs side of the ball, it's been the defensive line. We've seen him get a little pressure on this guy, and he is not phased at all. He steps right up into the pocket and delivers strikes time and again.
And he's just a junior, too. Now, this is a quality player on a team full of talented players, the majority of which are seniors this year. But you're right, Ledbetter has put on a show this first half, taking command with the RPOs. You've seen a lot of Southside the past couple years. What's your early impression of how they looked here in the first half?
Well, they're a young team, and you can tell it's showing up. And no more does it show up when you play a talented team. If you're a young team, you don't have a lot of experience, and you run up against a team like Bryant, who, quite frankly, I mean, they have more talent. You can just see that on the field. They're bigger and faster, and when you're playing a team like this, you just got to do everything right. You can't make any mistakes, and unfortunately, we've not been able to do that, and some inexperience has led to that. We mentioned our punt returner is out, so we had a new guy back there, muffed a punt. That was bad, but certainly not one play has made a difference. It's just been, pretty much at every position we've had some deficiencies, and they're showing up against a high-quality team in the Bryant Hornets.
You mentioned the punt returner being out. That's just one of the players Southside's missing tonight. Connor Austin. We've got Landon Chafee out tonight. Dakota Wareheim also an injury there in the first half. I hope all those players are okay, come back healthy here towards the final 3 games of the season. We'll be back after this to talk about the keys to the second half of the game. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106. How much? 3 minutes?
Good to hear your voice, Bo. I've missed you, man.
Hey, Clay, what's going on, man? I miss doing it.
Not a lot. How you been?
Oh, pretty good. Getting settled in back down here in Central Arkansas.
Good. That's what I hear. That's good. Good to hear.
We'll run through commercials.
House homemade beef jerky in Shady Point, Oklahoma.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
In sports, success is measured in the number of points scored, in games won, and in championships earned. At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, and being there when you need us. In fact, 9 out of 10 people surveyed with a claim would recommend Shelter to a friend. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Cherry Berry self-serve frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
Oh, you do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry.
At Cherry Berry, the possibilities are endless as you have complete control.
Cherry Berry in the Fort Smith Pavilion.
That's how you do it.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Last
Frank
commercial.
Roll Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Roll Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Roll Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Family owned and no high pressure sales staff.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Welcome back to Bryant, Arkansas. Dalton Person here alongside Bo Loftus. So we're listening to the Bryant Hornet Marching Band. We've also heard the dulcet tones of the Dave Matthews Band and Britney Spears tonight. Bo, we've got some interesting scores across 7A here at halftime. Believe it or not, North Little Rock and Catholic are tied.
Wow.
That's a surprising one. Northside is actually up on Conway at half, 13-7. Rogers is winning against Springdale, also a surprise. And then Harbor and I'm missing who. I'm sorry. Van Buren leads Rogers Heritage 28-10 at the half. Van Buren's putting together another decent season. So some surprising scores across the spectrum of the 7A. Some of those games still haven't made it to the half yet. Let's get back to the game at hand, though, Bo. We've gone through one half. Still another half of football to go. What do you think are some of the keys to the second half here?
Well, if you're the Maverick offense, you got to come out and set the tone. You're getting the ball out of halftime. As Keith said, probably not going to come back and win this one. This is something, we've talked about a lot over the past couple of years. You can't come back out of the mercy rule. So once you get in it, it really doesn't matter how good you play the second half. The clock is working against you. You're going to have a running clock. So I think if you're the offensive line, I think that's where it starts. I'm a firm believer that games are won and lost on the offensive and defensive line. And the offensive line, they really got no push in the first half against these hosses up in the Bryant Hornet defensive line. I mean, those guys are big and they're fast and they're strong, and we just couldn't block them. Parker Weehunt was running for his life for the entire first half, and we tried to run the ball, couldn't really do anything. I think we tried to run it up the middle pretty much on first down every time we got the ball. We're going to have to mix it up a little in the second half. Not going to be able to do that, I don't think, because we're not getting any push, so we're going to have to dial up something different maybe on first down. Maybe we take a chance and throw the ball down the field a couple times, just see what happens. I think offensively you just got to control the line of scrimmage, and I know it's going to be tough. Defensively, played pretty good in some certain spots, but just letting guys get in the secondary and run free a couple of times. We talked about how good Austin Ledbetter is. Well, a couple of times he had nobody within 20 yards of his receivers. It's easy to be good if that happens. So in secondary you got to tighten up, and then the defensive line. Been on Ledbetter a couple times, but we got to make the tackle. Just for whatever reason, hadn't been able to bring him down. So I think if we can do that, maybe slow this Hornet offense down a little bit.
When you're down 41-0, there's not a whole lot to lose by taking a few chances and a few shots. So we might see that here in the second half. We're also seeing a lot of our youngsters get some playing time. Be good positive development for them. Good experience, good development. I think one of the keys has to be, too, stay as healthy as you can. You don't want to see anyone else go down. We've got a very important slate of games coming up after this. Want good experience, but you want to be healthy going into that final stretch. See what you can do there.
Yeah, if you're going to make the playoffs, you got to win against Central, you got to win against Catholic, and you're going to need all hands on deck when those games come around. So you're right. You definitely want to stay healthy. You don't want to get anybody injured in a game that's already out of hand. So play solid, play tight, keep everybody healthy. But like you said, now's the time to work on things. You're down 41-0. Take some chances. Those plays that you work on, you think we're probably never going to get to run this. Now's the time to see what you got. So when you get in a tight game later on, you get in that first round of the playoffs and you need something, you practice it against a tough team like Bryant.
Well stated, Bo. We'll take another commercial break, and when we come back, we'll look to get started here in the second half down in Bryant, Arkansas. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.
Stand by for the second half of today's game. The Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3 was presented by
Clay, you can definitely burn at least 3. We got 8 minutes left here before they kick off.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick Football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry
Yeah,
J.
I wish I had some
III
numbers. They don't
Udodge
put the
Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
6 scores to keep up with.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial spurling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12-month same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
The fall celebration is here at Crabtree RV. Take advantage of RV show pricing on hundreds of new models, Deer Hunter specials under $10K, and wholesale to the public prices on dozens of pre-owned RVs. And the most money for your trade. These deals are so good, it's scary. So stop in today. The new 2020s are arriving daily, and the all-new 2019 models must go. Sale ends October 31st. Only from Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off I-40. Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Well, I don't. You normally do, so I didn't know if you wanted
Last
to.
commercial.
I wasn't keeping up with it.
It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Arc Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Arc Plumbing, 646-5151.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to Bryant, Arkansas. Dalton Person here alongside Bo Loftus. Halftime here at Bryant as the Hornets lead Southside Mavericks 41-0. We've got 4.5 minutes to go here at the half. Bo, you're a Bryant native, but you've also spent some time, 4 years I believe, as color commentator for Southside. You've got a first-hand look at what the Hornets have going here. Just an excellent program. What do you think is largely responsible for this run they've been on with the state championship last year and now as highly ranked as they are this year?
Well, Bryant's a thriving community, no doubt about it, and population growth over the past few years has exploded. I think you mentioned they had something like 160 players turn out. It was nothing like that when I was here, that's for sure. So they've got the pick of the litter, the cream of the crop, whoever they want to put on the field, and then their head coach, Buck James. I mean, he's an excellent coach. You can tell these guys, you guys were talking about there's only one weakness on this team, and that's the penalties, and we didn't even see very many of those earlier in the first half. And, this team, as you mentioned, they're the masters of the RPO. Austin Ledbetter starts in that pistol formation, and he reads the defense so well. You can tell how excellently he is coached. It seems like he makes the right read every time, whether to hand the ball off or to find the open receiver. And it's been very impressive to watch them play. And, on the defensive side of the ball, we talked about the one Razorback commit they've got, but those guys are just, they're tough. They're huge. They look like grown men out there playing high school football. So, the facilities here are fantastic. We were just marveling over the new field house they have. They got a new stadium over there for the band, covered area for them to sit. It's just excellent place to play some football, and I think you're seeing the result out there on the field.
Speaking of the facilities, I understand that Bryant's going to open a new gymnasium or arena, and that they're likely going to be able to host the state basketball tournament coming up here too. So just a thriving, growing community, making a lot of improvements here all around, and certainly one of those improvements is the product on the field. Buck James has had a lot of success in his few years here, and I think 160, I may be being a little conservative there. I actually heard it was over 170. For comparison's sake, Southside has about 80 players at any one time. I think they've got about 65 or 70 healthy right now.
Yeah, you can tell there's a lot more bodies on the other side of the field wearing the royal blue, and that's when you have that, Southside being one of the smaller schools in 7A, when you have that disparity, sometimes you get a score like this. And take nothing away from our guys. They're fighting hard out there, and, they're well coached as well, but just sometimes you're just outmanned. For sure. There's 2 minutes to go until we get underway here at the second half.
We're going to take it to another commercial break, and when we come back, it'll be second half here from Bryant, Arkansas. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call.
I think probably 3 minutes again because they just came back out on the field.
Yeah, it says a minute and a half on the scoreboard. I'd go ahead and run 3, Clay. They're still stretching and stuff.
3? All righty, we'll do it.
Take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed at the same time. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Townsend Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
No tricks, only treats at Crane Hyundai of Fort Smith this October. Joe Pulliam is treating you with state tax paid on new in-stock Hyundais and interest rates as low as 0.9%. Plus, $22.50 off select 2020 models. Get 0% for 72 months on new 2019 Elantras, Tucsons, and Santa Fe. Treat yourself to America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. Lower interest and lower payments. Shop CraneHyundaiFGSmith.com, 3600 0 Street.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3025. Go Mavericks!
Frank Roll Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Made in the USA Speaker and Washer and Dryer.
Frank Roll Furniture.
In-store no credit check financing.
Frank Roll Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Family owned and no high pressure sales staff.
Frank Roll Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers. 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
People say that Links at
Last
Shanty
commercial.
Crossing
Okay.
is the best barbecue they've ever had, and a great place to sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Shanty Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers,
Where you
plenty of
getting
TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Shanty Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back as we're about ready to start the second half. Southside Trails 41-zip. And Dalton, it's the second half where definitely Southside, what you want to hope to happen, and we kind of saw this earlier in the year against Greenwood and Bentonville West, you want something positive to happen here in the second half.
Yeah, you do. There's still a whole half of football to be played. You know, you only get 10 of these that are guaranteed a year. You got to make the most of the opportunities you have. And went in at halftime. I'm sure the coaches had a positive message for them. You know, you need some positive progress here. We'll see what they come out with. You're on the plus side of things, you're probably going to see a lot of Bryant's backups and opportunities to move down the field for the Southside offense. That's something we really need to see.
Exactly. You want positive because you got 3 games coming up. As you talked about, Coach said that we can play with those 3 teams, and you know they're all winnable games if you can make some plays. So definitely want some positive things to happen here in the second half as Southside will receive the ball to start the second half. Here's the kick by Bryant. It's going to go into the end zone. Will be a touchback. Southside will start their opening drive the second half from their 20-yard line.
It's going to be, too, just about the best field position they've had to start a drive based off a kickoff. Several of the kickoffs in the first half, they were well within their own 20.
Well, that was a play, too, that Luke White came up on. It took kind of a funny hop. And fortunately for Southside, really, that it did go in the end zone. So
that's right.
Again, Parker Weehunt, your quarterback, he's really had a tough first half, not his own doing by any means. He's not really had a lot of time to throw the football. He'll call out signals, takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, and he's going to tuck it, and he's going to run the football, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 20-yard line. Making the play for Bryant is Kyle Green. We'll bring up second down, second and 10 for the Mavs.
Bryant defense looks a lot different. We don't see Cottrell Wallace out there. That makes a big difference in and of itself.
Well, Kyle Green's still out there, but as we talked about, though, as Coach had said, they could put their second teamers in there, and you're going to get another dose of a tough defensive line.
Yeah, that's a solid player who just made that tackle there.
Jack Clark in the backfield, as they will go strong left with Nathan Bogner and Clark. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Clark. He fights his way across the 25 up to the 27-yard line.
It was a good run there by Clark. That's a player the coach has been talking about for several weeks, wanting to get him more touches. I bet we see him carry a load here in the second half.
Well, he's a senior. He was a linebacker at one time, and now they've got him playing running back and had to fight some injuries this year just to get on the field.
There's an excellent article about him in today's Times Record by Kevin Taylor, longtime sports reporter for the Times Record.
Here's a snap. In this play, you had three people moving, no snap, and now there's going to be a legal procedure on the Mavs.
Yeah, they could have called that on about three different players. You're right. Give me an opportunity to talk more about Jack Clark, though. This guy who had an ACL injury in the spring, carry a minimum of 6 months recovery time. I think he was back on the practice field in 4 or 5 months.
There's no red shirting in high school football. Obviously, being a senior, wanting to get on the field, that's a great. You're exactly right. It shows the grit and determination that Jack Clark has to get back on the field. Again, third down for the Mavs. Third down, third and 8 at their own 22-yard line. Just starting the third quarter here, they're down by 41 zip. Here's a rollout by Parker Weehunt, throws the ball complete to Jake Tyler across the 35-yard line to the 38-yard line. Good run, a good play by Parker Weehunt, and the fact that he rolls to his right, is able to set himself just enough to make a good throw to get the first down to Tyler.
Yeah, it really was. And I was thinking he missed Jack Clark there, who rolled out and then into a wheel route. But, Tyler was just as open. Good play by there. It's a lot easier up here in the booth to tell the quarterback what to do than it is when he's facing this defense, that's for sure.
First and 10, they're on 38-yard line. Here's a snap to Weehunt, wants to throw the football, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to tuck and run. We'll get across the 40, maybe to the 41, 42-yard. I'll call it the 41-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, brings up second down, second 7 for the Mavs.
Yeah, still would like to see better coverage from this offensive line for Parker Weehunt. You definitely don't want to see him go down here in the second half.
As he looks to the sidelines to get the play, this will be the 5th play of the drive. Southside really struggled offensively tonight. Their biggest drive was 6 plays, and on that series, I think that was, if you want to say, maybe a turning point in the ballgame. Southside driving maybe to cut the lead down to 13. Lose it on downs with a second one. Here's a handoff that is Washington, goes off the right side, and he is hit and driven back, and that's what you see a good defense do right there, Dalton, is the fact that now we've got a flag on the play, is they hit you and drive you back.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see your defensive players swarming to the football, meet the man at the point of contact, and drive him in backwards. That's textbook.
Going to be a personal foul. Actually, going to be a bench penalty on Bryant.
Don't see those every day.
That'll bring the ball down to the Bryant 41-yard line, where Southside will have first and 10.
Keith, you're absolutely right. The turning point in the first half, you're facing 2nd and 1. They failed to convert 3 straight plays. Down 13-0 after a turnover. Took all the momentum away. But here we are in the second half. They're moving. Let's see what they can do.
Southside goes strong right with Clark and Bogner to the right of. Now they're bringing man motion. That's Bogner. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Throws the ball out. Going to be complete. That's Jake Tyler inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. One thing I have noticed, too, and I was talking to some parents out here, if you watch Bryant, one thing they do is they are very aggressive. They'll get that last little hit in.
Yeah. Their physical defense, I think there's been a couple times they could have called a personal foul. How about, though, Jake Tyler? I think he's an early candidate for player of the game on the offensive side of the football.
That's 4 catches tonight for Jake Tyler. He's been one shining star for the Mav offense tonight. Yeah, there's two really players that have on both sides of the ball. I can think of one player on each side, one of them being Jake Tyler is an early candidate. Here's a handoff to Jack Clark, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Again, it'll be third down, 3rd and 1. And this is about the same spot where we lost the ball as we were just talking about, too.
That's right. That was my favorite play in football. It's called power. You pull the guard around. Your play side guard and center are running down on the nose up to the backside linebacker. You pull around the guard. You got to get progress on that.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 1. Here's a handoff to Clark. Oh, he is hit in the backfield, hit again and driven back. And there's that extra hit they're getting on him right there. And it'll be 4th down, 4th and 1 for the Mavs.
That's another one of my favorite plays in football. Counter, you got 2 pulling players there. Both miss a block, though. You can't miss a guy right in the gap there. You got to log him or move him up positive progress. Hate to see that. We're right back in the same position, almost same spot of the field we were just talking about.
As we talked about and coaches preached all year, you need all 11 working together. And, again, as you said, if you miss a block or two, it's not there, and that will break down the play. Nonetheless, again, 3rd down, 3rd and 1 for the Mavs. Here's a keeper by Weehunt. He's going to be hit and dropped for a loss.
Basically, same result as we saw, down 13-0. Almost same spot of the field. Almost like it was deja vu.
We talked about this, though. It's the fact that what do you do? I mean, you can run off tackle. They're hitting this air off tackle, or you can slow the play down. Their speed gets to you, and then there's no forward motion. And I'll tell you, I'll give Bryant credit. When they hit you, they hit you.
Oh, they're a very physical team. You got to be able to get that, though, against some of their second-team defensive guys.
And they'll change quarterbacks. I think that is – well, I'm trying to get the number on that. And here's a handoff. He's going to be hit in the backfield for a big loss.
A lot of new numbers out there on the offensive side of the football for Bryant.
I believe that's Jake Metters working at quarterback now from his – he was a wide receiver. That goes back to the Kentucky-Arkansas game. You're going to bring your wide receiver and make him a quarterback.
He's listed on the depth chart as a quarterback or wide receiver.
Be 2nd down, 2nd and 13 as Metters takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball, going to be incomplete. What's interesting about Bryant, we talked about this, their quarterback, Austin Ledbetter, started the championship football game. They had a quarterback 3 years ago, Rhett Heffley, who beat out the starter at Southside. He quarterbacked for 2 years, and now he gets beat out his senior year. So it's kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
And then 3rd down, 3rd and 13. Here's a snap to Metters. He wants to throw the football. Will throw a pass over the middle. It could be complete. That's a screen pass. And
it's a big boy.
Yeah, it is. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 41-yard line. That is Miles Aldridge on the carry. Be about 2 yards short of the 1st down.
During halftime, Bo and I were talking about their quarterback, starting quarterback Austin Ledbetter. We knew coming in tonight about Ahmad Adams. We knew coming into tonight about Wallace, 2 Division I players. But that quarterback has been the most surprising player to me. He is a really quality player, and just a junior, taking control of an RPO-style offense that gives a lot of opportunities for the quarterback to make decisions. Very impressive player.
They're going to have a penalty on Bryant. Will take it back to the 25-yard line. Will be 3rd down, 3rd and 17. And you're exactly right. What you were talking about earlier, Dalton, was the fact that you see him reading off the defense, seeing what they're giving, taking what they're giving, and hitting the big plays. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 17 for the Hornets. They lead 41-zip, 3:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's a snap. Here's a rollout by Metters. He wants to throw a screen pass, going to be complete. The runner loses his balance, now gains his balance. Will get about almost back to where he had on the previous play, maybe a couple of yards short back at the 37-yard line. Will bring up 4th down, 4th and 4.
He almost got tackled by the turf there in the backfield. Makes it about a 10-yard gain, though. Nonetheless, 4th down, they're going to punt it away here.
There'll be Cameron Scarlett checking in to punt the ball away for the Hornets. Stand back at his own 26-yard line. Back deep for Southside, Jay Washington stands inside his 30-yard line. Here's the kick by Scarlett, a low-line drive kick, and it's going to take a Bryant bounce inside the 30 down to the Southside 22-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive. And as we talk about, you go to the mercy rule here, and it's been a fast 3rd quarter. We've probably gone 15 minutes here, and we're down to 2:32 on the clock.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, Keith. I'll put our punter up against any punter in the state of Arkansas.
I think so. Southside's got some players. I mean, there's just a few things they need to get. Probably could use a few more skill players, a couple of game breakers. We had them last year. In a perfect world, you'd had several of them back this year, but it doesn't work that way. Can't redshirt in high school, so Southside a little bit thin there, but the defense has really come on, has played well, and the offense has gotten better as the season's gone on. Here's a snap to Wehunt, throws the ball complete to Washington on the outside, breaks a tackle, fumbles the football on the ground, and looks like Bryant has it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You don't want to see a fumble there here in the second half. Although I will give credit to Josh Hannon. It's a wide receiver out there making a block downfield in the second half, down 41 points. That's the kind of fight you want to see. Unfortunately, nonetheless, turnover.
And that's the effort we're getting from this team. Score doesn't really matter sometimes. I know they're disappointed in the score, but, again, you're exactly right, given the effort. Hey, I want to give a shout-out to our sponsors, Chafee Construction. One call does it all, 434-5203. Wheeler Power Sports, Wheeler makes it easy, 226-8724. And Cheshire's Fine Jewelry. If you can dream it, they can make it. 646-6715. I'd like to change that just a bit. I think it's more if she can dream it.
This holding call there, number 56, results in a pretty positive game for the Hornets.
They'll get a 9-yard gain on the play. Matters to your quarterback, trip set, wide side of the field. Here's the snap to Matters. He's going to hand it off the running back off the left side. He breaks one tackle, will be hit. Gets inside the 20-yard line down to about the 17-yard line. That is Taven Jones on the carry.
It's a pin and pull outside zone they ran. I love to see offensive linemen pull into space. There you saw two of them.
Be 1st and 10. They'll spot the ball at the 15-yard line. Trip set wide side of the field as Matters throws the ball over the middle. Touchdown. Touchdown catch is Brandon Barber, the senior wide receiver, for the touchdown.
And that was a play-action play where they faked the play they just ran. They faked the pin and pull outside zone, got a man open downfield.
That'll increase the lead to 47-zip as the clock will run out here as they will attempt the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up. Kick is good at the end of 3 quarters. Southside now trails 48-zip. Be back with the Bryant kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3. Go into a minute.
Yes, sir.
Joe Bullion is treating you with state tax paid on new in-stock Hyundais and interest rates as low as 0.9%. Plus, $22.50 off select 2020 models. Get 0% for 72 months on new 2019 Elantras, Tucsons, and Santa Fe's. Treat yourself to America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. Lower interest and lower payment. Shop CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com, 3600 Zero Street.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Hey, remember to stay tuned for the West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services post-game show, where we will name our Fort Smith Flooring Group offensive and defensive players of the game. As Southside trails 48-zip, they'll get the ball here to start the 4th quarter as Bryant will line up and kick the ball off. I think it was about what I'm really surprised this team is a lot better. I knew they were good, but they are a lot better than I had initially thought. Here's a return by Washington. We'll get across the 25 up to the 26-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive at their own 26-yard line.
Coming into tonight, Southside led the all-time series against Bryant. 4 wins to 3 losses and 1 tie. That 1 tie was when I played for the Rebels. I believe that was back in 2007. You know, they're no longer going to be leading that all-time series after tonight.
And this was a springboard, too, for Southside. When Jeff Williams and the Mavericks won the state championship, I believe this was their first-round game was here in Bryant.
It was. It was.
Had several big victories here in Bryant in the playoffs, which that'll be the only way we'll see these guys next year. Here's a pass out complete. That is Nathan Bogner crosses the 30. We get up to about the 37-yard line, ball on the ground, and Bryant, let's see, Bryant has it.
2 turnovers, 2 drives here in the second half. That's certainly not what you want to see. I need to correct myself, though. State championship year 2006, first round game was actually at Little Rock Central. Quigley Stadium won 7-3. Only points scored by that offense, punt, blocked, return for a touchdown. 2008, when they go to the state title game, first game was here at Bryant.
Okay, I stand corrected. The first and 10 for Bryant at the south side 37-yard line. Here's a snap. Send off the running back in the backfield. And what a great job by Southside on the defensive end. Making the play is Michael Young, the senior linebacker, gets him in the backfield for a loss of 8 on the play. Brings up second down, second and 18 for the Hornets. 10-12 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 48-zip.
Nice play by the defense there. 3 or 4 guys in the backfield.
Guys, I'll talk about this too, Dalton, is I really don't like the mercy rule. I mean, I understand the point to it, but I really not my favorite thing. Here's a handoff to the running back. Has an open field as he gets down inside the south side 35-yard line. On the carry for Bryant is Taven Jones.
It's about a 7 or 8 yard, well, about a 10-yard pickup. Sets them up for 3rd and long.
You might get to see what kind of field goal kicker they have here. I don't know if they'll try it or not from this point. Here's a snap. A quick pass out complete. That's Allridge inside the 30-yard line at the 25. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Four missed tackles on that play right there.
That is a big kid.
Yeah, it is a big kid. I don't want to tackle that kid. 4 missed tackles.
Well, you know, we talk about things, and you talk about kids you wouldn't want to tackle. We were doing a game one night, and after our game was over, Cabot played Conway. Peyton Hillis returned to kickoff against Cabot. There is no way I'd get in that kid's way. No way. As we wait on the extra point, ball is down, kick is up. Kick is good. 8:50 to go here in the ball game. Southside now trails 55-zip. Be back with the Hornet kickoff after this. Just a Southside Maverick football on Sprint 106.3. I'll go into a minute.
Yes, sir.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella with smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass. Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality service in the area. Customer service and safety are the top priorities for all of their customers. They can take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed in the same day. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back as Bryant kicks off. Southside fumbles the kick, but they do recover it back at their 14-yard line. And if you're Bryant, the one thing I think they need to work on, guys, tonight is they missed an extra point.
Missed an extra point. They also had a turnover in the first half. And a few penalties.
And again, Southside had a couple opportunities, but what you're talking about is just to try to stay in the ball game. It wasn't to possibly get back in the ball game, but just to try to keep it close. As again, Southside will start this drive on their own 14-yard line. Hunt calls out signals, has 2 back in the backfield. That's Jack Clark. Here's a handoff. We got handoff to Clark, and he's going to be swallowed up at the 16-yard line. We'll bring up second down, second and 8 for the Mavs.
Keith, I don't think I'm going to sugarcoat it here. This has been a pretty poor second half. 2 turnovers, dropped return there, And they can get no traction on offense against what's largely a second-team defensive front for Bryant. You know Coach Williams is going to be upset with this second-half effort.
Again, 6:23 to go here in the ball game as Wehunt calls out signals. Here's a snap. He will hand it off to Clark. Clark finds a hole across the 20-yard line, maybe to the 21-yard line. We'll bring up third down, 3rd and 3.
Clark had 5 carries coming into tonight for about 20 yards. I think he's matched that, if not more, in this one game.
And he's a hard runner between the tackles. You need that too because, you know, Washington hits he's a hard runner too, but he just doesn't have the size to take the pounding.
Washington might be 140 soaking wet. Jack Clark's a gritty downhill runner. Both are players you want to have on your team.
Again, third down, 3rd and 3 for the Mavs. Here's a snap too. Wehunt has time to throw the ball, still has time, throws it complete. That's Jake Tyler on the catch across the 30-yard line up to the 33-yard line. 5th catch of the night for Jake Tyler.
What a night he's having. One true bright spot from tonight has been Jake Tyler, really establishing himself as a go-to receiver. First reception this year. Didn't even play receiver until this year. Having a nice breakout
Coach
season.
talked about that too. We've talked about that previous show, and it's one of those ones he wishes he'd have moved him earlier because you see the development. Jake Tyler really stepped up and has kind of been the go-to guy for the South Side receiving corps this year.
Brother of a former quarterback.
Here's a snap. Here's a handoff. He's going to be tackled in the backfield back at the 31-yard line.
You were talking about Peyton Hillis a minute ago. You know how Peyton Hillis trained between high school and college? He would pull vehicles up hills. I mean, the man was a machine.
He did it too. Bo's laughing at me back there. Bo Loftus up here with us. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 12. When I saw him when he was a sophomore, and he was that kid was a beast. And he only grew, just got bigger. Here's a quick pass out complete to Tyler. Tyler crosses the 35. He's at the 40 up to the 43-yard line. Another first down for the Mavs.
That play doesn't happen without blocks from 2 guys. You got Nathan Bogner and you got Josh Hannon. Both receivers laying blocks in the open field. Very good to see that here.
And that's twice that Josh Hannon we saw on the previous series get out there and get a block for the Mavs. And that's what you like to see, though. I mean, you're seeing these guys, receivers, you don't always get the football. They're down 55 zip. They're still blocking downfield.
That's exactly right. We're also seeing a couple young players on the offensive line end getting their first action.
Here's a snap to Wehunt. We'll hand it off to Clark off the right side. Not much there as he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line. 3:31 to go in the ballgame. Southside Trails 55 zip.
Dante West is a sophomore who's now in on the offensive line for Southside. Anytime sophomores play on the offensive line, they're pretty good players. They usually have a bright future. So good reps for him here tonight.
I talked to Coach Lundy one year. We were talking about if you had your choice between having skill players back or having offensive linemen back, which would you rather have? His response, no hesitation, offensive lineman. Here's a snap to Wehunt. Wants to throw the ball, still has time to throw, going to throw it away, incomplete. A good job by Parker Wehunt. First of all, to avoid the rush and then to throw the ball away.
Yeah, he evaded a tackle there that would have been a sack and then smartly threw the ball away. Something Jameis Winston could learn from Parker Wehunt. Well executed play there. Yeah, nothing there. You just need to throw it away sometimes.
They'll bring up third down, 3rd and 10 for the Mavs.
Yeah, speaking of young offensive linemen, talked about him before. Marlon Briggs is a very good player. Just a junior, watching him warm up. Good feet.
And I noticed him this year during the scrimmage, these young men, I think a year in the offseason really done him some good. And now we've got a whistle on the play. Southside call timeout. And with that timeout, we'll take one too. So Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special.
I'll do a minute.
Someone special. And at Cheshire's Fine
I'm
Jewelry,
glad you said
we
that.
understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones.
I'm not gonna
versus
ask.
Selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry
You
wants to be your
probably
personal
shouldn't.
jeweler.
Okay.
You can dream it. We can make it.
We'll do 2
From
segments.
Jewelry to repairs and watches. All services are done in our store.
Maybe 5
Cheshire
segments.
accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months want Sundays Cash financing. Cheshire
It might
Fine
take that
Jewelry,
much.
where our customers become our friends.
Joe's Grill is the only place to watch the Hogs. Watch every game at Joe's. Enjoy half-price apps during the game. And with TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat. Half-price appetizers like brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, 10-layer dip, or Joe's humongous sampler platter. All half-price. Watch every Hog game at Joe's. Half-price apps during every Hog game at Joe's. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, Parker Wehunt rose to his right, tries to throw the ball down the field, and almost a nice diving catch by Josh Hannon. Goes for not only 4th and 10 for the Mavs, 1:10 to go here. Obviously 4-down territory.
Thought we might have gotten a pass interference call in our favor there. Can't expect those calls on the road, though.
Again, 56 seconds to go here, and probably the fastest. You talk about fast quarters. I think of the El Dorado several years ago. We played down there, and I think that they marked the ball, start the clock, and that thing ended in less than 2 hours, which I wasn't too disappointed because we're in El Dorado, so we got home a little bit quicker. Again, 4th down, 4th and 10 for the Mavs. Here comes the heat up the middle. Wehunt throws the ball down the field, complete to Jake Tyler at the 30-yard line down to the, inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line.
Heck of a throw, heck of a catch. There's a pass protection breakdown up the middle, A-gap. He sees the guy coming. He rolls out, makes a phenomenal throw, and guess who caught it?
But what a good job by Tyler, too. He saw his quarterback rolling out. He rolls with him.
You got to adapt.
Here's a pass going to be incomplete, intended for Dimitri Lloyd, will go out of bounds.
Sign of an experienced receiver. You know your route, adapting as the play unfolds.
That's going to be the end of the ball game as Southside falls to the number 1 ranked defending state champion Bryant Hornets 55-0. We'll be back with the Westark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services post-game show after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.